Hello, my name is Peter Seeley, and I am the director of the Daniels Faculty's undergraduate Honours Bachelor of Art Architectural Studies program. Today's presentation is about the Daniels Research Internship Program, a summer course offering which was founded by Professor Pina Petricone and is now being directed by DRIP coordinator Sonia Ramundi. The Daniels Research Internship Program was devised as a course which bridges academic knowledge and professional practice. It allows upper-level third and fourth year undergraduate students to engage in design research in the form of a 6-week internship. Successful students will be hired to work on a research project defined by the host office, one that is intrinsically linked to their ongoing professional activity. This summer's DRIP program will begin on May 5th, 2025. On screen, you can see a list of participating firms from 2023. This list grew in 2024, and we are presently working to finalize the list of participants for 2025. As you can see, it includes many of the leading practitioners in the Toronto area. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show examples of work carried out by DRIP interns, in other words, by Daniels faculty students, over the past through summers. Here we see Jachendu and Melody Ekbatani at WZMH Architects, and Nagar Mashouf and Najwan Farag working at Faro Partners on an upcoming publication. Dorothea Kiss at LGA Architectural Partners doing research on post-occupancy representation. Luca Patrick at Hariri Pontarini working on the Massey Towers. And Ryan Wong working on the same project. Here we see Skylar Chan at Public Work researching the transformation of aging infrastructure, like the Stelco Steel Factory in Hamilton, Ontario. And Orly Saka at GH3 Architect working on a concept design report for the City of Edmonton. Priscilla Barker at Teeple Architects, investigating how architectural form is tied to shifts in media. And Ariel Clipperton, also at Teeple, studying Indigenous spaces in Parry Sound and Regent Park. John Wu at ZAS Architects. Noor Nouri at Lamas Architectural Limited, studying the use of existing off-the-shelf products from Malbec and Sidex. Giacomo D'Andrea at Denegre Basai, using AutoCAD drawings to produce models. And Cameron Minore doing the same. David Siddle at Supercool Architects, looking at the ecological impacts of typical construction assemblies. And Joshua Frew at Wayne Swarden. Who is eligible for DRIP? You must be a third or fourth year student, and DRIP is open to fourth year graduated students. In other words, people who will be graduating in June. DRIP is an academic course with the ARC 495 course code, and it's worth 1 full credit. Evaluation and final grading is determined by your performance in the internship, feedback from your employer, contribution and participation in a weekly seminar, and the quality of the final DRIP report or document which you produce. Selected interns will work full-time on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, so 4 days a week, between May 5th, 2025 and June 16th, 2025 with their host office. Every Wednesday is reserved for academic activity, including mandatory attendance at the ARC 495 seminar. Practitioners will compensate their interns for time worked in the form of a lump sum stipend in the amount of $3,360 Canadian dollars, which is paid at the end of the internship. This amount has been calculated to be equivalent to a rate of $20 an hour for 4 days per week for the duration of the 6-week internship. It has been deliberately set up in this manner so that international students may participate in DRIP. The application requirements are as follows. You must submit a curriculum vitae, or CV, a letter of interest, 250 words max, and a portfolio, all in PDF format. The CV should include curricular and extracurricular activities. In other words, things that you've done at Daniels and things that you've done elsewhere. It is important to identify software knowledge, workshop training, and/or additional practical knowledge that will help us match your application to one of the participating firms. However, please note that previous experience in architecture is by no means required to participate in DRIP. In fact, the whole idea of this program is to offer students a first internship opportunity. In your letter of interest, please tell us about yourself and explain your motivation to participate in DRIP. Elsewhere on the application form, you will be asked to rank areas of practice and areas of research methods, which will again help us to match chosen students with participating firms. Your portfolio should include visual representation of your design and/or research work, and it should be graphically well presented. Please choose from among all the things you have done as a student at Daniels and also elsewhere. Please select the work that you think best represents you and demonstrates your skills as a designer. However, please note that this is different from the kind of portfolio you might submit for a job application. Here, you are showing the DRIP selection committee and the participating firms your talent and your quality as a thinker and as a potential researcher. A committee of Daniels faculty members will review and will assess all the applications, including CV, letter of interest, and portfolio, as well as your grades. The committee will create a shortlist which will be passed to each participating firm. The final ranking, matching students to internships, will be made by the firms themselves. At this point, we certainly will take into account students' own declared preferences. The deadline for student applications is February 26th, that's Wednesday, February 26th, at 11:59 p.m. In other words, you have until the end of the day on Wednesday, February 26th to apply for DRIP and the other summer course offerings. As mentioned, internships will begin on May 5th. I'm now going to read a few of the questions that were asked at the public information session for DRIP on February 11th. One student asked if all the internships will be in downtown Toronto, and that is indeed the case. Last year, the furthest away was on Yonge and Sheppard. DRIP is open to students in all streams, and in fact it has been deliberately designed so that the application process and the selection will be open to students in all streams. Last year, we had approximately 124 applications for around 30 places. So DRIP is very competitive. The numbers may be slightly different this year. Many students ask questions about the portfolio. And one thing to keep in mind is that there may be work you've produced which isn't necessarily visual, such as a research paper, but there may be a way for you to present your argument, to present what you learned from that project visually on a page in your portfolio. Similarly, you should edit your work. Not everything that was required for a studio needs to be included in the portfolio, so please choose carefully. For any additional questions, please feel free to write me, Peter Seeley, at the following email address, peter.seeley@daniels.utoronto.ca. And once again, applications for DRIP and all the other summer courses are due on Wednesday, February 26th by 11:59 p.m. Thank you.